It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. And you're watching Sports Icons. Subscribe. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Champ.
Okay, so the former WBC World Heavyweight Champion, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, has spoken to Premier Boxing, i.e. the PBC, about him coming back to the prize ring of professional boxing. And then this is what he had to say. I'm definitely considering coming back. This is something that we're trying to figure out and get things situated. I just felt a reboost for my career and coming back for the people. So that's Deontay Wilder's statement in brief. Of course, there's a bit more to it. Now, ultimately, him coming back, great. Okay, he's a character. People need characters in boxing, they do. And of course, he's an American heavyweight. I think the heavyweight division, it's always good to have a couple of Americans around for traditional purposes and that, of course. And of course, it gets Americans more interested in boxing, which is fantastic. Now, Deontay Wilder coming back for the people. Now, ultimately, listen, if that's his motivation, first and foremost, great. Because I don't want him coming back and he's not motivated. Because if you're just going to come back to try and get a payday, ultimately, he's going to get himself brutally hurt. That's what's going to happen, okay? And ever since he lost to Tyson Fury, as in the rematch, officially lost that one, because I do feel he lost the first one, but officially lost in the rematch, that O is gone. So all the decisions that I felt he made prior, when he was being offered, say, for example, 2 fights with Anthony Joshua for $100 million, and ended up firing Lou DiBella for trying to set up that deal, and he allowed himself to get talked out of it by Shelley Finkel, Al Heyman, and whatever else. But that's something that's probably going to haunt him. But I think a lot of it was quite easy to tell Wilder, you know what, maybe don't take that fight, go this route, get Tyson Fury on your resume. He ain't ready. There's no way he can get back to how he was in 2015 against Klitschko. You ice him, done, you've got him on the resume, you're calling the shots, okay? And I'm pretty confident that's how that conversation went down. But it didn't quite work out. It was a cherry pick that was pretty sour. It really was. Tyson Fury battered him. So that meant that his undefeated record gone. So from that moment on, I felt, well, if he's going to continue boxing, then at least, maybe now he doesn't have that to protect. Maybe now he's going to be more willing to get in there with Anthony Joshua, with Dillian Whyte, with whoever, okay? Because he's turned down so many fights, it's absolutely ridiculous. Because I do feel that he was protecting that O. Now, him coming back for the people, as I said, as long as he's motivated, that's cool. What people, I have no idea, because I have felt a shift ever since he lost that second fight with Tyson Fury. And, of course, with all the excuses, listen, that certainly didn't help. And, of course, firing Mike Breland, which was ridiculous for the reasons that he gave. But I think a lot of people shifted away from Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder, let's be honest, while he has some very good fans, he did have a section of fans that were complete muppets. Pure man defenders. That's exactly what they were. And when he lost, I felt a shift, some of them going over to Tyson Fury. Because his fan base weren't like this beforehand. Suddenly now, their IQ has dropped quite considerably. So I've got a feeling some of the Deontay Wilder fans jumped ship, went on to Tyson Fury, and has unfortunately dropped the IQ level for him. Okay? Again, a section, not all of them. Most of Fury's fans are pretty level-headed people. Now, him coming back, who do I want to see him fight? Well, ultimately, listen, he's been out of the ring for a little while now, so him coming back, just get a tune-up. Doesn't really matter who it is, okay? It really doesn't matter. Just fight somebody, fight a journeyman, fight a gatekeeper, whatever. Get that win, get your confidence back, and then let's see him go in and maybe fight Andy Ruiz Jr., if, of course, Andy Ruiz Jr. gets past Luis Ortiz. Let's see that fight. Let's see him fight, say, for example, Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua does not defeat Alexander Usyk, then let's see that fight. Wilder and Joshua. Why not? But of course, I mean, if Joshua does defeat Usyk in a rematch, which hopefully he will from my perspective, then obviously he's going to try and pursue the undisputed route. Now, currently, of course, Wilder, he's still number one in the WBC. He shouldn't be number one, let's be honest. You don't get knocked out in your last 2 fights and be seen as number one in the WBC. That is just ridiculous from the WBC. Okay, I'm not saying that he couldn't be there. I'm just saying that he now has to come back and earn that position. That's kind of what I'm saying. But at the same time, while there's currently no WBC mandatory, And I said this quite some time ago. Then, of course, a few weeks ago, Mauricio Suleiman said that maybe a Super 8 tournament with the top 8 in the WBC fighting for what could well be a vacant WBC World Heavyweight title. If, of course, Tyson Fury vacates, he probably won't. But either way, there's no mandatory, so therefore, still have the tournament. Why not? You've already got 2 of the top 8 in there, Ruiz and Ortiz, already fighting. Why not? Just get 3 more fights with the other top 8. Get cracking. Let's get a new mandatory. Okay, so that'll be something. But in the meantime, I would like to see Wilder come back, have a tune-up fight, just to get his confidence back. And I'm going to presume that Malik Scott is still going to be in his corner. I thought that you could see some noticeable changes, but unfortunately for Wilder, he was gassing after round number 3. Didn't really know what else to do. But anyway, hopefully he comes back. I'd like to see him back. I really would. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.